Okay, how's it going, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great day. Today we're here to hear Tim's story. This is Tim Tremblay with us. This is Soberhood Talks, and the purpose of these podcasts are to bring awareness to addiction. And recovery is real, and people can do it. We will help you in any way possible. So, welcome, Tim. Glad you can make it.
Thank you very much for having me on. And yeah, I was looking forward to this.
Me too, Tim. Me too. I've really enjoyed meeting you and everything that you've been doing for us ever since we first met. Um, Tim's how long are you sober now?
2 years.
2 years sober. So
Mhm.
amazing job at that. So let's start this off. Can you share a bit about your background and what led you to begin your recovery journey, Tim?
So I came from a family with a long line of addiction, and fell into addiction when I got older in my teens and my 20s, mainly weed and alcohol, but the older I got, when I hit my 30s, I got out of the penitentiary and I got into hard drugs, and it took a toll on me, took a grip on me, I mean, and yeah, it changed my life in so many ways, and ended up in the hospital when I was in my 40s. Actually, I ended up in the hospital multiple times, but a lengthy time when I was 40, and I was faced with either getting charged and going to prison or getting charged and doing a treatment center. So I went through the court process and I went to a treatment center, and I was in. They kept me in hospital for 9 months. That's how bad my psychosis was, and it took me a long time to recover from that. They weren't sure whether I was going to recover because I was committed that someone was on a mission to kill me, and I was going to kill them first. So they were concerned about that because I made an attempt on someone's life, and they were innocent. And yeah, it was life changing. And then I tried to get the police to shoot me. They tased me, and yeah, yeah. So
Well, I'm glad you're here, brother.
yeah, thank
100%.
you.
So what was the moment or experience that made you decide to make a change in your life?
I would say when I was in treatment and doing self-discovery and looking into my story, like we had to write down our whole life story, and I looked back at it and I was like, wow, if I don't change, this is gonna be my story for life. This is gonna be my legacy. So I thought, well, I'll give it my all, and then I want to build a different legacy. And then as time went on, I wanted to help people leave, like help people and change their lives in a positive way. Because I changed lives before, but it was in a negative way, and it devastated people. And
Yeah.
I don't want to do that no more.
Yeah, that honestly, that comes with addiction. Any addict has hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
Every addict has,
Mm.
um, especially with drugs and alcohol. Uh, they're the pain that we brought on to other people is, we don't think about it at the time, right? But
No,
but there's always time to make up for it.
absolutely.
What challenges did you face during the early days of your recovery, and how did you overcome them?
I would say the challenge would be I wasn't in a mindset to quit alcohol or drugs because alcohol hasn't really been a problem, but drugs. And then I still used when I was in the hospital, and I was doing cocaine and all that stuff. So I and I so that was a challenge. I wasn't committed, and then I entered the treatment center, and uh, and then I struggled with weed. Weed's always been a struggle for me. I've been smoking it with since I was 12 years old,
Same.
and then I smoked like probably 4 times in a year. So I find that to be a progress, but it was a challenge, and I think that how I overcome the hard drugs was journaling,
Yeah.
and then committing to. building a better future for myself and not repeating a story that I had. So that was my why as to why I wanted to quit and what helped me overcome the challenges that I overcome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Were there any people, programs, or resources that made a big difference in your recovery?
Actually, the addictions counselor at Grey Nuns, Sophie Colvin, she really helped me, and she was always a big support. She said, I can see the potential in you, and if you don't change, you're gonna end up back in prison, and you're gonna seriously hurt someone or end up killed yourself. So she's like, but I see potential in you, and I think you can do it. So she always gave me faith, and I'd like to give a shout out to Hope Mission Breakout Program. I spent a year in that program, and I had an amazing worker, Adrian, and he was always very supportive of me. Even when I did smoke, I confessed that hey, I smoked a joint, and he's like, don't worry about it. You have to go through the process of relapse prevention, though. So I had to go through that process, and that's going to transition dorms
Hmm.
and all that stuff.
Well,
So
that's good that you were straight up with them, though, right?
yeah.
Right. That's huge.
Hmm.
Um, See, with me, I don't like to say that relapse is a part of recovery because it only is if you let it be.
Hmm.
Right. And I don't want people to have that mindset that, it because it justifies it, right? If they've been in a hard situation, they're like, well, the people do say that relapse is a part of recovery,
Right.
and then they'll relapse, right? And like not knowing that, but that relapse could lead to death. It could lead to a full blown relapse where you completely give up and you just go back into hard drugs for when you feel guilty for relapsing, and like you feel guilty that you have to start all over again, right?
Right.
So I like to tell people that relapse isn't a part of recovery.
Hmm.
um but like even if you do relapse, like that's something we can address when you do, right? But don't, it's not worth it. It's not worth the heartache. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth all the pain you have to go through all over again. So yeah, if you're looking to relapse, don't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with you there. I would agree that relapse isn't a part of recovery. We stumble and fall, and that's just how we learn how to walk, and that's just life. Like if we when we were kids and babies, and if we weren't persistent in trying to learn how to walk, like we didn't know it was in us to learn. And but if we would have just stayed down and been like, okay, I'm done, and then just continue doing what we were doing, then we wouldn't grow, right?
Yeah,
So that's the way I look at it. And stumbling and falling happens, and it's not an everyday. As long as you realize and recognize your behaviors and the road it's going down, then you'll change, I believe.
yeah.
Yeah.
How has your life changed since you started your recovery journey?
Well, I started to seek a higher power. I started to get around sober friends, and I started an online business about 6 months ago, and a lot of it deals with development and growing. So there's like a lot of reading and all that stuff,
Mhm.
and then behind that, the sales come with that. So I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I will,
Yeah,
and I'm not the type to give up. Like a lot of people say, well, give up because you haven't really did anything. Like they don't see the fact that I've grown and I've changed and I have a different mindset. They see the fact that I'm not getting money and I'm not financially successful, but that will come. I know it will.
yeah. With that attitude, it will 100%.
Yeah,
It's a great attitude to have.
yeah.
What have you learned about yourself through the process?
I want to help people and I want to leave a lasting impact. I learned that I have a kind heart. I'm a generous soul, and I really have the potential to help people change. And that's a passion that I've discovered in my recovery journey that I really want to help pull people from the trenches because I was there. I know what it's like. I was on the street. I slept in hallways in apartment buildings, laundry rooms, on the street corners, trying to find a place to sleep under trees, wherever I slept. And then I also broke into places to sleep and yeah, so I can understand what it's like being in that position or that place, and I want to and I've discovered that I'm not that person. You become the person who you when you do inner child work and you write. I wrote a letter to my inner child saying I would not let you down, and I went into details why I wouldn't let him down, and the stuff that he experienced was not his fault and stuff like that. And so that really helped me, I believe. And I think that with the work that I'm doing, currently doing, and still, because recovery's an everyday wake up, do it, get
Yeah.
it done, and yeah. So that's it's an everyday thing. It ain't just a month in treatment and that's it.
No,
No,
not at all.
no.
Not at all. So if you could go back and speak to your younger self, well, I guess you already did. You wrote a letter to yourself.
Mhm.
What's the most rewarding part of your recovery?
Loving myself again or
That's good.
finding myself.
That's a
Yeah,
good answer.
yeah, yeah,
That's a great answer.
yeah.
Um, are there any specific tools or practices you use to maintain your sobriety?
I get into exercise. I listen to motivational stuff. I listen to podcasts. I
Which podcast do you listen to?
It's called the Diamond Life Mentor, and it's just about being successful and changing your mindset and growing and stuff like that. So it's a really good podcast, and I go to I don't really go to meetings too often, but I like to do sober things like bowling, play pool, stuff like that with sober people. And I cut out all my old friends. Like some I still talk to, but majority are gone. Like, and I don't go in person to meet them. It's over the phone. Like I'll say, hey, like I got a happy birthday the other day from a friend that I haven't talked to in a long time, and he's like, "Happy birthday!" And I'm like, "Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well." But I know he's not. So, yeah,
Well, back to doing that sober things. You can come join us on Mondays for Sober Friends gathering
yeah,
down here. We got a pool table, we got virtual golf, we got foosball, we got old school hockey, we got some big screen TVs here that we could watch a game if there's a game.
nice,
We could play card games, poker. Um, just if you want, this is for all listeners. If you want to come down and just hang out with sober people, meet more like-minded people, then please come down Monday, 10060 Jasper Ave. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a good place to meet sober people and just build. We're gonna build a huge sober network for everybody, right? So like everybody has somebody that they can call, right?
absolutely. And I'll definitely come on Mondays. And I believe you mentioned before in our previous discussions Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure, but one of those days where
Well, Thursdays is where we go out and hand out sandwiches to the Water Warriors. You're more than welcome to come with us for that. If you like,
yeah,
um, Fridays we go with Smile. But
nice,
yeah, no, like we got lots of stuff coming up here in the springtime, in the summertime.
nice,
Um,
nice.
just keep everybody motivated and a lot of people left. When you get sober, a lot of people leave the old people behind, right? So like don't stop feeling lonely. Come out and meet some people,
Absolutely.
right?
Surround yourself with good people and like-minded people, people that been places and are going places. Like,
And people that actually care about your sobriety, not just like just to hang out. You know what I mean? Like I feel that if you're trying to be sober and somebody knows that you're trying to be sober and you go around them and they offer you drugs, that person does not care about you. You know what I
no.
mean? That at all. You know what I mean? And to me, that's a test. And if you fall for it, then you fail.
Hmm.
So you gotta keep that in mind, everybody. If you're having a rough day, feel free to message me anytime. I'm sure Tim will listen to if you ever want to message him or just send a chat to one of our multiple chats we have. I've posted up on the soberhood group. Um, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how do you navigate tough days of or moments of temptation?
Um, I I just stay focused and think about the big picture. And like, even though I might say I want to do get high on hard drugs, I would think about the big picture and not think about what I want now, because the big picture, if you focus on that and where you want to be, then you won't really give in. I find in my experience, like I have had thought, well, it would be nice to have a line, but really, would it be nice? Where would it lead me? It wouldn't lead me nowhere. It lead me down a dark path, and that path might even be darker than the path that I took in the past. So that's the way I look at it,
It's a
and
good way of looking at it.
I try to keep busy. Keeping busy is key. Like I go to the gym. I spend about an hour and a half in the gym, and I started now to do some networking. So I'm working on that, and I'm just trying to build myself as best as I can. And I also want to help you, David,
Appreciate
become
that.
national wide or even North American wide, like in like 10 or
I don't know
15
about North
years.
America. Fuck Americans.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll
yeah,
let Trump deal with them.
yeah,
I'm more
true.
focused on us Canadians.
Absolutely.
You know, like and like the good thing about my program is you can do it anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, it can be done anywhere. You don't
Hmm.
have to be in Edmonton. Um, it's a good program. We do have people that are in it right now, and it's working for them.
Hmm.
So if you ever want to know more, just message me or come down to the office, check us out. We got lots going on this year.
Yeah, it's a great place.
Yeah,
I went on a tour last couple of days ago, and it's a beautiful building. Lots of stuff, lots of cool stuff, lots of nice chilling place with the fireplace. You'll love it.
yeah, fish.
Yeah,
Like,
fish. Yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be a great time.
yeah.
Um, what what role has community or peer support played in your journey?
Um, I think community is a big part in my journey. Like, you build a community of support and like-minded people, and people that really genuinely want the best for you. And I find that with that, it has helped me. Like, even though I had a couple slips with weed, like, there's no one there to be like, oh well, just because you did that doesn't it doesn't I'm gonna offer you this,
Mhm.
or anything like that. So it's they actually support me, and sorry, what was the other question?
Just what role has community or peer support played in your journey?
And yeah, so that would be it. Just they just being a great support to me helps me be a great support to others and influence people, and just to I want to get into more of, once you had to taste the sobriety for a lengthy period of time. Like, 2 years ain't lengthy, but it's long
This
time.
2 years is lengthy, man. 2 days is lengthy.
Yeah, it is.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like, every day that you have sober is lengthy, and I commend anybody who's just sober at all, even if it's 1 day, 2 day. You know what I mean? Just know that you can do it. You really can. If you
congratulations.
can do 1 day, you can do two. If you can do 2 day, you can do four. You
Absolutely,
know, just stay in there, stay strong.
absolutely.
Have you discovered new passions, hobbies, or career paths in your journey? I guess, well, you started the online business. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Any other passions or hobbies?
I started like in bowling. I got into bowling,
5 pin
and
or 10?
10.
10 pin.
Yeah, yeah.
I, I I've done that lots, but like I have big hands, right?
Hmm.
And like my fingers, I have club fingers, whatever, right? So they don't really fit in the holes too much. So I have to like grip the ball with my palm.
Right.
So it's tricky doing that, but I love bowling. I always have.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy that I know, and his name's Garrett. I've known him the longest, and I met him at a bowling alley when I was in grade 5,
Hmm.
and that was 5 pin bowling. Shout out to Garrett Feast. Love you, buddy. Miss you. Hope you watch it sometime. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, no, bowling's fun. Bowling's fun. Slow pitch is good too.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love slow pitch. We're doing a sober slow pitch league this year for
Yeah,
everybody. So like it's mostly for the recovery homes and sober living in Edmonton, but I'm sure we can work something out if you want to put together a team. You have to have 9 players, but you max 15. Um, just message me if you want to put together a team and we'll get you in there.
right, right.
What advice would you give to someone who is just starting their recovery journey?
Take it if it's minute by minute or second by second, take it and just like David said, if you can make a day, you can make two and so on and just go from there. But take it minute by minute or day by day if you think you can make it through a day. I know for me, I didn't know if I can make it an hour, so I did it minute by minute. But the more time I got under my belt, the stronger I had, and
Hmm.
just stay focused and figure out your why. What's the reason? Like think about that and even write it down. Like for me, it's because I wanted to live. I want a family. I want a life, and that the life I had was no life.
Yeah, no, I hear that. It doesn't go anywhere. When you're in addiction, your life just paused. Like I honestly don't know any addict that has progressed in their life. Really,
Mm.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like yeah, you do accomplish small goals and stuff, but you're still usually in the same spot.
Hmm.
You know, at
Yeah, for sure,
least
for
that's what it
sure.
was for me. Like when I was an active user for 25 years, and
Hmm.
I got a lot of shit done while I was an addict. You know what I mean? I was a welder by trade.
Hmm.
I've erected steel buildings. I've done a lot of fracking. Um, I've built a lot of shit,
Right.
but like I never really moved forward.
No, no,
I
you're
never
more
never
stagnant.
really moved forward at all, right? And
Hmm.
now that I'm sober and I've done a lot since I was sober. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
I've accomplished every single goal I've set out to accomplish. Every short term goal that I made when I got sober, I've accomplished as of tomorrow.
Right,
So now I'm on to the next set of goals, which are bigger and they're easier attainable because I've already done a lot of the footwork for it. You know what I mean?
right,
It's just adding on to my old goals. So it is refreshing and it feels great. You
right.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Like in terms of setting goals, when I first started treatment, I didn't set goals. I just went day by day. But now I'm setting goals and I can't say that I accomplished them all because I didn't, but I am progressing. I am moving forward, and that's what I'm looking at as a progress that I'm making. And right now, I'm actually working on quitting smoking, and I was gonna quit cold turkey, and then it was too hard. So then I just decided to cut down. So now a pack of smokes rather than lasting me a day, lasts me about 4 or 5 days. So
Man, good for you.
yeah,
That's a good one. Smoking's a hard one.
yeah,
I was trying to quit smoking too, but I was quitting everything else at the same time. So I was
yeah,
just like, I can't really do this, but I'll get there,
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
What does living a fulfilled and sober life mean to you?
I would say free with purpose and like just living, giving to people, being a given person, giving to people however you can, whether it's advice, maybe it's food, maybe it's financially you can help them, maybe it's old clothes that you can donate or whatever, and then just being free, like freedom to choose. Because for years, when you're in addiction, you're in bondage. You're not really free. You're
Hmm.
bound by the drug and you're bound by the lifestyle and everything that goes with it. So I think that as long as you discover your purpose and your reason why, you will. I think living fulfilled and traveling and meeting new people, getting in like-minded uh, events and supports, and just living life to the fullest. Like, yes, you can have your hard days, you can have your hard moments, and sometimes you might even, the worst is experiencing loss. So you might experience loss in your addiction or not in your recovery, sorry. And it's going to be a challenge, but just know that you will overcome it and you will
Yeah, you can.
yeah, you can, yeah. And what the mind can conceive, it could achieve. So
Yeah.
that's one quote that I liked. Or the mind works like a parachute. It only works when it's open. So keep an open mind
Yeah.
and learn new things, and you'll get there.
What changes would you like to see in society's understanding or support of addiction and recovery?
I think that they are right now they have a very negative perspective. They just think, oh well, he's a junkie, he's nothing. Well, guess what? He's someone's son. He's someone loves him. That person left an impact in someone's life,
Yeah.
and uh, and and someone cares about them. So don't look down on them. Like give them a hand up. Like
Yeah.
that's the real success is when you can help someone up rather than
Keep them
just
down.
yeah, keep them down, like just to make yourself feel better. Like that's not cool at all. Like
Yeah.
yeah, just to make yourself look better, feel better, or whatever. Like just help people. Like I actually on the way walking here, I seen someone just lying there, and I just checked on him. Like he
Yeah.
might
You
have
have
been
to.
sleeping. Yeah,
Yeah. You have to.
yeah,
And even if you just wake them up, it's okay. They usually say thank you. You know what I mean? The majority of
yeah,
them say thank you. I haven't had anybody
yeah,
freak out on me or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Because I just go up, I lightly tap on them. Hey, you okay? You okay? If
yeah,
they don't answer, then I get a little bit louder with them, and I just yell, "Hey, are you okay? You okay?" Right?
yeah.
Because like that's just showing them that you care. You know what I
Right,
mean? And like not a lot of people do that to them, right? People will just walk over people,
right.
and I don't agree with that. I think that if you see somebody that might be, experiencing overdose or something like that, don't be scared.
No,
Help that person.
abs-
That's somebody's family, right?
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
Just because
yeah.
they got themselves down on luck doesn't make you better than them,
No,
right?
definitely not. Definitely not. And it should be everyone's responsibility to reach out and help people. And because that's how people die. Like I had a friend that she lost her brother, and people are just walking past him, I guess, and just ignoring the fact that this person might have appeared sleeping, but it doesn't hurt to check.
Yeah,
Like yeah, they might have been sleeping, but they could be dying, and so helping them. If someone would have checked on them, she'd still have her brother today. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's sad.
yeah.
Um, if someone wants to help a loved one in recovery, what would you suggest they do?
Be loving, be accepting, be supportive.
Help them find support.
Yeah, and help them find support
Don't give
too.
them money.
No,
Don't give them money. If they need clothes, give them clothes 100%. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Do not ever give them money.
no.
That's just enabling the addiction. But make sure that they have the essentials. Make sure they have clothes. Make sure they have food.
Hmm.
Um, you know, I'm
Even
I'm I'm right against giving our less fortunate money just because I like if I see somebody at the corner begging
hmm
for money,
hmm
I'll take a detour. I'll grab them something to eat and then bring it back to them. Right? You know what I
right.
mean? Because like the more and more money you give them, the like you gotta remember these people stand in these corners and like stuff like that, and some of these people make really good money doing it,
Hmm.
and they just go and they turn that in and they go and spend it on drugs. But like if you come across somebody standing at a crosswalk or something like that, that's asking for money. Take 5 minutes out of your day and go get them some food and bring it back to them. Like
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's only a few dollars if it excuse me, if it is out of your pocket. But if it's not, if you happen to have food, then give it to them. Like it's like I always, if I see people that I believe are hungry, or if they ask, some ask, some don't, and it's just I understand the shame that goes with it. They don't want to ask, but really they're starving, and so it doesn't hurt to
yeah.
feed them.
Is there anything about your journey you wish more people knew or understood?
Um, to focus more on progress, not perfection. Because some people expected perfection out of me, and they were like, "Oh, congratulations, you're sober," all that stuff. But then once I told them that I smoked a joint, they kind of, "Oh, you're going back to your old ways or whatever, and you're just gonna use drugs all the time and whatever." So it was like, and I can't say they shut the door, but in some cases they didn't make me feel like they're proud of me, or they're like, I understand, yeah, I smoked a joint, I get it. Yeah, I understand sobriety is a commitment. I get it. But like, compared to what I used to be like and where I am today, look at the progress, and that's what I would say for myself, is I want people to see the progress and growth, because growth is a commitment too, and it's outside your comfort zone. If you're comfortable, you're not growing, and that's what um, that's what I want people to know, that I have grown, I have changed, and I am gonna become the best version of myself, and I am gonna leave a lasting legacy and impact lives in a positive way, and hopefully bring people to recovery and bring people to success, happiness, joy, love, and all that stuff that comes with it, rather than misery, hatred, anger, and all that stuff that goes with addiction.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think you're doing great.
Yeah,
I'm glad. I'm
thanks.
glad. I'm glad we met.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you came in and did this.
thank you.
Um, if anybody else out there wants to do this, we can do it anytime. It's a good way of getting stuff off your chest. It feel like I know when I did my podcast, I felt better after. I felt better at who I was and where I was at. Um, and you don't know whose story is going to help the other person's story. So I want to thank Tim. Muchly appreciate. I'm glad you came in. I'm glad you're supporting soberhood in the way that I love.
Thank you for having me, and I appreciate it. And I'm so glad I met you too. We actually met on Facebook, so
Yep, yep,
so Facebook brings good people together, and yeah, network, build yourself by surrounding yourself with like-minded people.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So remember, sober friends gathering Monday, 7 p.m. 10060 Jasper Ave. Come on down. We got lots of stuff to do. We're gonna have snacks. It's a couple people's birthdays, so hopefully we can get some birthday cakes and stuff like that in. But like if you just wanna get out of the house and meet some like-minded people, who knows? Maybe you'll meet a longtime friend that you're gonna be able you stay sober with for a very long time. We got lots of stuff planned, so stay
It,
tuned to soberhood. We got lots of stuff coming on.
it's exciting, actually. It's really exciting to know that there's a community out there for people that are striving to thriving
Yeah,
to be their best self and grow and just come sober, be sober,
yeah.
like
It's not
like
cool anymore. Getting high is
no,
not cool anymore.
no, it's not. It's not.
It's
We're
not
not.
fun.
No, and plus the drugs aren't the same. They're probably laced, and you
Yeah,
never know
exactly.
what you're
You never
getting.
know what you're gonna get for sure.
Yeah.
So this is Soberhood Talks number 5 with Tim Tremblay. Muchly appreciated. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for helping me.
Stay
Thank you.
stay tuned because we got some good people coming in this weekend, I believe. So I'm not gonna say them now because I don't want to jinx it. But yeah, keep listening, everybody. Stay sober.
All right. Peace. Have a good one. Stay blessed, and love you guys. You're loved. Remember that.